down.
What is up, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever it is for you. I hope you're all having a great day today, and welcome back to another vlog. Enjoying this beautiful weather out here today. It's just as amazing as yesterday. The fun thing about it though is there was no rain whatsoever all today. Been doing a little bit of work inside, but just came outside. Need to try and get this lawn mowed in a little bit, but I have been doing something really important to make sure that I can get working on my car within the next week finally. But what I've been working on is testing out the jack and jack stands again, and I've already got one side mounted on a jack stand. Was able to find a part underneath the front of the car because, as you guys can see, there is the subframe right here, but I mounted the jack right here, right along the edge of the subframe, because the jack, when this car is fully down, will not fit under the middle of the subframe because it's not a low profile jack. If it was a low profile, it probably would fit, but I got one side up. I'm gonna try to get the other side up, make sure everything is sturdy, and then, well, the car will be ready to go, and I might even do half the job and film half the episode. Already got the jack stands out from underneath the car. I was able to get the second one up underneath the passenger side jack point in the front, and it worked out perfectly. The car was stable. The only thing that needs to be done is the next time I jack this car up to actually do the work that needs to be done to raise the jack up a little bit higher so I can raise the jack stands a little bit higher so there's more clearance underneath the car. There's a good amount of clearance underneath the front right in the bumper area, but once you start going further back towards where the oil pan actually is underneath the engine, which is somewhere in this area underneath the car, it's a little bit lower than I would like it to be. So I want to make sure I'm good enough under there to be able to do the work that needs to be done. However, I'm not going to end up doing the work tonight on the car. I'm just going to wait until another day when I have a lot of time to do it, because I still need to mow the lawn tonight. That is a #1 priority, and I was just notified literally 5 minutes ago that dinner is ready, so I need to go in and eat that. First, I need to get this jack all put away so it's not just sitting out here in the open. Then I'm gonna go eat dinner and then come back outside, do the yard work that needs to be done, and call it a night, at least with the yard work. So it's time to sit down and enjoy a nice dinner. We have got some ziti and meatballs here with Parmesan cheese. This looks absolutely amazing. Cannot wait to dig in. So it's been about an hour since I last filmed anything, ate dinner, went out front, grabbed the lawnmower, and came back here into the backyard and just finished mowing everything back here. I decided to do the backyard tonight because we've only actually mowed this backyard once this entire summer, and it's been almost a month since it was touched. So I said the front yard could wait a little bit longer because it's still not long enough yet, and this backyard is pretty long in certain spots, so I'm just like, well, let's take care of this first. Places like all over in here and around behind the shed. Over here is literally just a pile of dirt, and that's something we're eventually going to fix to try to get grass to grow there. Obviously the pool that is non-existent this year is supposed to be there, and then all this grass over here got taken care of and behind the garden and playhouse, but it's all done. So at this point, I'm waiting for the lawnmower to finish cooling down. I've got to go get a lawn bag and empty the bag into that, because usually I would just go as deep into the woods as I possibly could and just dump the bag over the hill because grass is biodegradable and it'll just turn into dirt eventually. However, I don't want to go near the woods at almost 9 o'clock at night. I don't know what's going to come out of there, and I am not going to chance it. So for the last hour and a half or so, I have been getting a lot of work done inside. However, really need to get going on this Sunday's live stream. Obviously, earlier in the week, we picked out the songs, but now I actually need to do the research. Aaron and I last night on the Hard as Nails call actually figured out everything we wanted to do as far as how to break things up. So now I've got to look up the Apostles' Creed and do some reading from Why We're Catholic by Trent Horn and get some notes written down at the same time. At this point, this is what I've been able to accomplish on the live stream. I'd call it about 2 pages, even though it looks like 2 1/4, but I take that away because that really is just the format of how the stream is to be laid out. Still have a ton of stuff to pull from this article alone. It is gonna be a busy time. Like, just for reference, all of that and then going all the way to the top, like, there is a lot. Plus, I still have to go through this book and pull the most important parts. Fun fact, I've actually never read this book. I bought this book and this book last year, both of them with the full intention of sitting down and reading them, and I just never got around to it. So I'm going to be going through the chapters, figuring out what I want to pull from the book, and then hopefully be able to sit down and start reading it, and maybe be able to do more live streams out of the book itself, which could be a really awesome thing. So on the note of Catholic books, obviously I showed you the 2 that I have here on my desk, but I have my backpack that I used to take to core team all the time that probably has 5 or 6 books in it. I've got some books on my desk shelf, and then there are some other Catholic books spread out throughout the room somewhere, and I have no idea where they actually are, but it amazes me how many I've actually collected. I've lost track of how many I actually have, and I wholeheartedly intended on reading every single one of them. Each book was either something I bought myself or given to me as a gift, whether by a friend or as a gift from the parish to the family, and I ended up kind of hoarding them in because I'm doing all of this stuff with the Catholic Church, and it's just like, yeah, nobody else wants to read them, so I'm gonna take them and read them, and it ends up never happening. But I honestly do believe that if I sit down to read them and actually take the time, that I will be able to create some really awesome content just from reading the books alone. And there's some video series that I want to do on the Catholic Duos Facebook page. There's a lot of live stream topics I can pull, and it could be the most awesome thing in the world, because I don't think I would ever run out of ideas with all of these books. However, as you guys know, unless you're brand new here, I'm not really a big fan of reading whatsoever. I talked about this in a vlog way back, over a year ago now. I just think the whole idea was just a bore to me, an annoyance, because in school, you were forced to read books all the time, in English class mostly, and it just got to be such a pain in the butt when teachers are like, you need to read 3 chapters tonight, or 4 chapters, you need to read 200 pages. Oh, there's going to be a test on chapters 1 through 10 in 2 weeks, and it just got so boring. I even said in the vlog where I talked about this before that in high school there was a book that we had for English class, and I was way behind and I didn't feel like actually reading it, so I downloaded the audiobook and I listened to the book, and it was so much more enjoyable. But in all reality, I really consider this voluntary reading. You know, I want to read about this stuff, I'm passionate about this stuff, like my faith is really important to me, so it would make sense for me to learn about it as much as possible and share all of that knowledge with you guys. The only thing is I really just need to get the motivation to be able to read a book and get past this whole just stigma of not liking reading whatsoever. Also, another reason I really never liked reading was the fact that I would probably get about 30 to 45 minutes into it. I'm not really 100% sure because I never kept track of time because I was focused on the book. I'd start to get like these tiny little headaches, and it wasn't something that was unbearable. I could get through it, but at that point I ended up putting down the book, and I like to take my time and reading each page of the book, so that way I'm actually sort of taking in the words that I'm reading and understanding everything, and it just gets to be so annoying. And when you only read 45 minutes and you read as slow as I do sometimes with these books, you don't accomplish anything. Anyway guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for today's video. I want to thank you so much for watching because I really do appreciate it. I want to welcome any brand new viewers that are here right now. I love it that you found my videos, and I really do hope that you come back for more. If you enjoyed this video, so desire to slap a like on it. Don't forget to turn those post notifications on down below, so that way you never miss when I upload a brand new video to this channel. Also, while you're down there, if you have not already, click that big red subscribe button so that way you get subscribed to all of the awesomeness that MJC Vlogs is. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another brand new daily vlog. Remember to stay awesome, keep smiling, you're beautiful, and I love you guys so much. Peace out, YouTube.